Hello, friends. This is Three Friends Talk. I'm Dr. Courtney.
I'm Dr. Leah.
This is Dr. Sylvia.
And we are
Three Friends Talk.
Look at you.
With the Oscars? With the Oscars?
Oh. I wanted to see how Leah was going to react. Hello, friends. It is another Wednesday night, so you know what that means. Another episode of Three Friends Talk. I'm Dr. Courtney.
I'm Dr. Leah.
I'm Dr. Sylvia, and we're so happy you joined us tonight. We're back. It's been 2 weeks. We're back live every second and fourth Wednesday.
Yay, we're here. We're live.
Oh, yay.
So, if you are out there listening and watching us, tell us where you're tuning in from. Are you looking on Facebook? Are you looking from YouTube? And say hi in the comments. And also let us know, your favorite place that you stream the Three Friends Talk podcast. And I hope that you've already left us a 5-star review. But if you haven't, let's do it. Let's get to it. Hey, you two today. Hi, Tanisha and Kamar. How are you?
Love it.
Hey, we got some YouTubers out there. Wonderful.
Facebook.
Hey, Facebook. Raquel, nice to hear from you tonight.
So we have some interesting topics, a great show lined up for you. So, Dr. Sylvia, what's been going on?
So we had a little bit of break. And today I just wanted to, we always say, check on your strong friends or, reach out to the person you haven't heard from in a while. So I think Three Friends Talk has been breaking real hard lately. So today I want to do a mental health check.
Breaking.
Well, yeah, like break dancing. Not really, but
no.
Mental health check. So what is it, the peak and the pit of your day, your week, anything you want to share? How are you doing mentally? We're going through like a seasons change. Mm-hmm. One day it's hot, one day it's cold.
Oh,
Spring needs to make his mind up and stay in or stay out.
Right.
Did y'all see the little drawing? It's the belt that gets me like somebody mama. Yeah. It's the little stick man. They got the little belt. Like, okay, never mind.
I didn't see that one.
I've seen it.
It's so cute.
So who wants to go first?
My name is Van Man. It's time to play. Have y'all seen that little like 3-year-old that does that little
No.
I love her. Okay.
We see where your mind is. She seems to be in a pretty good mood.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, you want to know peaks and valleys today or for the past couple of weeks?
Either or, you call it. Dealer's choice.
Okay. So April. Yes, I was able to spend, spring break in New Orleans with my family. So that was definitely a peak to get away. It's always good to get home. I would say it's been a lot at work. I am the director of a very large pharmacy call center with a PBM, and I have about 300 pharmacists and technicians, and I've had a shift with my managers, and I would say that was quite taxing to take on a large, even larger load. When you have associates to transition, you want to empower them and at the same time really strengthen their career progression, coach them and things like that. But that takes a lot on for a leader because then you have to fill in the gaps, right? So not only am I doing my work, but I'm helping to make sure there's no business interruption while my managers go on to, to higher heights. So I'm supporting them. They're trying to get to the next level. So it's been a lot, but it's been very, I've been fulfilled to see them, get what they want out of their career. So I've been a mentor, a coach, and still trying to hold down the fort. And it's a lot. I'm a wife, a mom. I have a full-time career. I have this podcast. I'm a full-time dancer on a dance competition with the dance competition team. And then I have a lot of things doing. I'm an actor too. What?
Did you say singer?
Singer.
I did not.
award winner.
But
I don't know
I'll
about
take
all
it.
that.
No, I have a lot of things brewing in New Orleans. I have to go back and forth about every month, and that big news I promise is
Growing.
coming very soon. So that's my time. I'm done. Yes.
I ain't saying nothing about no big news.
But I will say mental health, I need to learn how to say no. I keep saying yes to everything. So I have to learn the power of no. Yes.
The complete sentence.
That's a good.
No is the sentence.
Okay, what about you, Dr. Sylvia?
You know what? I feel like I've talked ad nauseum on the podcast about my rough 2022, but it's like come full circle. Last week was a year from my back surgery, and
it's been a year already.
Girl, it's been a year.
You was just on a cane yesterday.
And a wheelchair. But we've come a long way.
Like that, Leah.
I can't, because I want to do a big laugh, but that would have been rude.
No, I really did take y'all off guard with that cane because they didn't know.
No.
And so I just showed up to our live podcast with a cane, and they kept knocking it over. And
nobody believed it was her.
Yes, it was a lot. I'm just happy to be on this side. Like last night, I couldn't stop crying. I'm like, I'm becoming real sensitive in my 40s. Like it was tears of joy just to be pregnant. No, I'm not.
Oh,
the world will know.
This is a reveal show.
So no, just tears of joy to be on this side of things, and a lot happened last year. So I'm just enjoying this joy that the world did not give to me. In the world,
enjoy the joy.
But I can't really say that I've had a pit this week. I think a lot of people are experiencing a lot of death just in the world in general. So that kind of makes me.
Oh, Harry Belafonte just passed.
Yeah. And shout out to a life well lived and just the change makers of the world. I hung out with our Kappa Psi brother Glenn the other day, and we were talking about
new line just crossed.
They did. Shout out to the new brothers of Kappa Psi fraternity. Dr. Courtney, I see you.
I know.
Anyway, we learned about a legend. This Mr. Tasby, Charles Tasby, he sued the state. I don't know, it might have been the city to integrate the schools back in the day. And so we just learned about just a lot of things that people have done to make the world a better place. So I hope we can get back to that versus all this shooting and killing folks that roll up in your driveway and stuff. It's too much. So
shout out Eric Mays.
Baby, he came to Dallas and had a time was had.
All for it.
A time was had in Dallas with brother Eric Mays.
I saw that.
When I tell you, I just need to be in the room. Can I just be in the room?
That's too much. When he said, I'm Jermaine. He said, I'm not the Jackson 5.
I'm not the Jackson.
He said, I am Jermaine, Tito, Randy, Michael, and I said, this is too much.
I love him.
That man told her, you're out of here. You're out.
Okay, Dr. Leah, how about you?
Oh my God. I got to play a clip for y'all.
No.
Well, I think peaks and valleys are just 2 weeks away from my only child's graduation from high school.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Wow.
Yes. We have kind of, and I had to stop myself today from tearing up because he brought home the cap and gown. I was like,
oh, I wish I could be there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of emotional the next 2 weeks. This past weekend we had a scholarship luncheon. The weekend before that we had prom. We have
he was so handsome, Leah. You did great,
thank
mama.
You. Yes, he was. I think he was excited because normally he likes to be very simple and laid back. And I was like, this is your senior prom. Like, no, like we finna go all out. And then when I got that bill for that suit, and he was like, you was the one that wanted to go all out. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But okay.
It's your only one, as you should.
Right. Oh my God.
Look at the baby about to graduate from high school.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean,
like aunties. He has so many aunties, Leah. Yes. And we are so proud of him. And I remember when you was pregnant with him, we have been through this journey.
Came to New Orleans.
He was in the
womb. Y'all fed me. Yes, Sylvia's graduation.
We have been with Jalen through
and
this
Trey
whole journey
supporting
with
each
you.
other.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So yeah, we every weekend is something. I thought it was gonna kind of slow down, but it's not slowing down at all. And then he's added track on. So now I'm back to being a track mom with
That
track
was
meet.
so
Wait a minute,
random.
but he got
I was
only
like,
got
where
2 more
did this
weeks
picture
of
come
school.
from? When he
Yes,
started doing track?
girl. And
But has he made a decision
did
about
y'all
next
see
year?
did y'all see his muscles bulging and just
I don't know. I
Leah,
didn't.
oh I'm gonna
Leah,
show
has he
you.
made a
That's
decision
okay.
about next year?
Yes,
When
he
you
has
gonna announce
made.
it?
I'm not announcing anything, but he has made his decision. And I'll
When
let
is he
him.
gonna announce it?
I don't know. I'll let him be in charge of that. That's not me.
Can we get
I,
a
I
date?
want to know though.
Well, I know that they
Tell me, I
actually
won't tell nobody.
they're taking their decision pictures tomorrow at school. So I don't know if
Okay.
they're posting that or if he's gonna post it. I'll let him be in charge of that.
But
So
how did you feel when he chose the place? Like,
it was a shock. It was a shock to be totally honest because it was kind of one of
was
the
it like,
ones.
no, don't go there, or like,
No,
yay,
no,
I'm coming with you?
no, it wasn't a don't go there. It was I can't believe you chose that school. Like I'm very shocked. So
But you
I
going
know
with him?
what it
Have you
is.
decided to stay home, Leah?
I know what it
Or
is.
you going with him?
wait,
Let him have his moment. We're
have
not gonna
I
ask him
decided?
questions.
You decided if you're going with him because we tried
No,
to tell
she's
you to stay
staying
at
home.
home.
She's staying home and we coming to visit.
We'll see.
Leah, you about to be all around the country. You are gonna be an empty nester and you're gonna have so much time on your hands.
Yes.
Y'all, I have a
So
question.
okay.
Okay, this is a hard turn.
Mhm.
But like when you
Right or
think left. When you think of like your final resting, like who's gonna take care of you, who's gonna embalm you or
I
cremate
don't think about
you,
who's gonna embalm me.
do you think of like young people or do you think of like old people?
Sylvia, I have not thought about that.
Why is the question about old versus young?
I just, I'm excited about our guest.
I don't think I've heard a voice go up like that.
I'm a singer. I just am excited about our guest today. But I was thinking also, like, when I saw the post come up, I'm like, who these women? Who we interviewing? Because I'm used to, older
Okay.
gentlemen,
I get
tall,
where you're
with like
going.
a
I see
gray
where you're going.
haze.
Not a haze.
Yeah,
Like
they
an
just
Eric
look
Mays look.
they don't get any sun, no vitamin D.
Okay,
And
you know who I've thought of? I thought about our old college professor that taught us calculations. Somebody who would look like that. So
who?
okay, never mind. Let me bring it home. Y'all know the singer.
Who taught us calculations?
Never mind, because everybody else ain't gonna know who I'm talking about. So
I don't know who you're talking about.
I thought of somebody. Oh God, he sang that song from the Doobie Brothers. Who was the main
Doobie Brothers.
singer? Come on, my mama was listening to the song the other day. That's why I was thinking about it.
Find somebody else.
Sing it.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Oh gosh. Well, you know what? I think that
we can start the show.
Going into this bio, young women are changing the game in the funeral industry.
Clearly.
Period.
Michael McDonald.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
it was. Somebody look like Michael McDonald would be like my embalmer. Okay.
No.
Yes.
No.
Not in my experience.
Thank you, Brittany. I know you're not. She's not hearting Michael McDonald. No, she's hearting the young women comment. So
Right.
back to this bio. Our guests tonight are the founders and owners of Afterlife Mortuary Services in Memphis, Tennessee. Both deciding to be morticians at young ages, they crossed paths during early adulthood and have since made history by being the first women in the state of Tennessee to establish, own, and operate a funeral home.
Look at in all of Tennessee.
Where is their Netflix show?
Oh my gosh, they need a platform like that. Yes, I would watch.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
These ladies are passionate about serving communities as well as educating them on various levels of concerning death, preparation, and other aspects of life as well. So, bringing to the Three Friends Talk show tonight, we have Miss Madeline Lyles, better known as Mel, and Miss Miss Dana Taylor, and
Dana. I love them already.
She's gonna make me choke.
Mel
They
and
are
Dana.
they are life afterlife mortuary services LLC. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you for having us on.
Yes,
Absolutely. Thank you for
and,
joining us.
Nicole, you better say it.
So, Afterlife Mortuary Services. That's the name.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I wanted to make sure we said it full throated.
Did I say something different?
You were just laughing.
No, I think Dr. Sylvia just wanted to repeat it. It needed to be
Well,
repeated.
Dr. Courtney had cut me all and just
Yeah,
cut
it
me.
was a lot going on in that
It
intro.
was.
We're so excited to have you both here. And like I said earlier, I kind of spilled the beans. Y'all are so vibrant and young, and I'm excited about. Well, I'm not. Well, I'm excited about
We
y'all.
are.
Let me just-
We are. That's
I'm
what- you
excited
see, you
about
ask the
y'all.
question, who do we think about when we think about this? And first thing come to mind is Michael McDonald. You know, that is clearly.
That is not who comes to mind. Oh, not for me. Not Michael McDonald.
Well,
All
I didn't
my
hear your
people
answer.
have been done by people of color, so Michael McDonald does not come to mind. But they do
Thank
have
you.
a
Well,
great
maybe I
fit.
watch too much TV. But that's what they portray
they're
on
older.
TV.
I gotta
So,
look
what
him
I
up.
see.
To see who-
But we want to
Raquel
get to know
said-
Mel and Dana,
Raquel
and I
said
call them the dynamic duo.
it's okay to be excited, Dr. Sylvia.
Thank you, Raquel.
I know that it's a topic that is it can be very sensitive, especially I guess for the three of us really, because we've had a lot of loss in the last couple of years that we've dealt with, but very personal, very close loss for ourselves. And I think that's what really I told y'all I've been stalking y'all pages. So it's kind of drawing me into thinking about things in a different perspective. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we go through the show. We do want to get to know the two of you a little bit better. So Dr. Courtney is going to play a game.
Yes, I am. So
Okay.
I would like to play Who's Who of Mel and Dana. Okay. So we're going to see with the question. We don't need a timer. Usually, if I play a game, we'll put a timer on the clock and see if we
No
can
timer.
beat the buzzer.
Okay.
We won't have a timer tonight. We want this. We actually want to see if the two of you will give the same answer. If you guys know each other, the best. That y'all gonna be on the same page, or y'all gonna give different answers. So
Dana, like this gonna be interesting.
let's see who's gonna say what. But this will give us a chance and our listeners to get to know you a little bit better. So, y'all ready?
All right.
Who's most likely to try something new, Mel or Dana?
Dana.
You think? Yeah, Dana would. I would too, though.
Okay.
Depending on what it is.
That's 0 points on the board. 0 points.
Zero.
Okay. Let's see here. Who's most likely to win a dance contest?
Neither one of them.
Oh, okay. Who's most likely to remain calm during the storm?
Dana.
Okay.
Who's most likely to leave the restaurant or the club with the largest bill?
Oh my goodness.
Dana.
Dana.
Really?
Oh.
You have one. Okay.
Okay.
Who's most likely to post on social media first?
Mel.
Me.
I will agree
All
from
right.
stalking y'all pages.
Who's most likely to get to work first?
Me.
Mel.
Okay.
Who's most likely to go on vacation first?
Dana.
Me. You think
It's recently started. We won't get into that though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a story behind that.
I got a reason. I got a reason now. You know.
Okay.
Mm,
There is a story behind that.
I know.
Okay, I'll go back.
Sound like a good reason.
Who's the risk taker? Who's most likely to go skydiving? Something daredevil.
Dana.
Yeah, I want to skydive.
We're gonna
but
stay on the ground.
I'm the risk taker, but yeah, I'm staying on the ground. Yeah.
You a risk
Yeah, on the ground.
Stay on the ground.
I
don't do that thriller rush type.
Oh,
Yeah,
stuff.
I was thinking about
together.
doing that for my birthday in September.
Okay.
But I know she won't be there.
September what?
12.
Close enough, Virgo. Yes, September 17th. Me and Dana right here.
I'd be taking pictures if I was there. I'm not going up there.
All right, I got one more for you guys. Who's most likely to forget their keys?
Me.
Okay. I think this was very good. I think Mel and Dana, y'all here, y'all eye to eye.
Nicole, where's the admin? Where's the admin? How do I get her out of here?
I don't think it was for the last one. I think she said Dana a minute, and I just didn't get a chance to press it.
Second to last one. Oh. No, that was good. Thank y'all for playing. I really, really enjoyed getting to know you guys. Actually, y'all got time for one more? I got a good one.
Okay.
No.
Who's most likely to get hangry first? Hungry and angry.
Oh,
yeah,
that's me.
Y'all,
don't worry, she got some snacks in her purse.
Wait, because when we said we were gonna put y'all in the green room, Mel said y'all got some snacks back there. I already know. There you go.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see.
Exciting.
Represent our profession, Mel and Dana. All right. Y'all got a nice crowd on here tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm excited that y'all are history making founders. But tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming the owners of Afterlife Mortuary Services.
You want to take it, Dana? Or you want me to?
I'll let you start.
Well, not to make it too long. So, I just speed it up to me and Dana. So, me and Dana met in 2009. We were actually forensic technicians at the West Tennessee Forensic Center here in Memphis. So we used to perform autopsies and collect evidence and everything, you know, all the first 48 type stuff you see. And Dana was there long enough for us to get cool. And so she left and started working at a local funeral home. Mm-hmm. I stayed there for like 5.5 years. And then I was ready to get back into funeral services. So I resigned and I ended up at the funeral home where Dana was. So we, you know, bump into each other again. And then a little bit after that, I kind of just started working as a trade embalmer. And so we've always just been cool throughout our professions. And around the end of 2016, God literally told me to go get Dana. And this was through a whole lot of other stuff that had transpired. But just as clear as we sitting here talking, he said, go get Dana. And so I was going to reach out to her. And someone was like, oh, it's another girl getting ready to start a funeral home. And I think she worked over at EJ Ford. That's where Dana was. So I think she worked over at EJ Ford. And I was like, Dana? And the lady was like, yeah. I was like, well, wow. I was right. I'm like, well, I was getting ready to ask her to go into business with me. Yeah. I said, but I just asked her to let me be one of her trade embalmers as well. I just keep doing what I'm doing. But so I talked to Dana. She's like, it was just a rumor this guy that worked there was trying to start. So we went over the business plan and everything. And we decided to just turn what was going to be just an embalming service into a full service funeral home. Wow. And so we ended up opening on October the 8th of 2018.
Awesome. Wow. Congratulations.
Yes. Awesome. Now, how did God tell you? Was it while you were doing it embalming?
Well, I'll say this. It was during the time when I was really like seeking God and praying and fasting and everything. So I just want to tell everybody, if you want to hear from him, you know, nurture the relationship. He speaks to you for real. But I was going to open up this company myself, just like I said, just as an embalming service, because I was a trade embalmer and I was running so much between Tennessee and Arkansas, between like 12 different funeral homes. Oh, wow. And so, I wanted to have a place that was central, where they could bring decedents and they could be embalmed. I could house them for them or store them until they needed them for services. And then I would take them wherever they needed to go. So that it just fell through to where I didn't open it. And so I was sitting at home one day and it was just like I said, he told me, go get Dana. And that was it. You know, it was like I was hearing him. Yeah. And so I obeyed him. Yay. Today.
Wow.
Yeah. You have anything to add, Miss Dana?
Well, her story is true.
Thank you for vouching for her.
She
Blue
did
check.
literally call me and ask me, and we met at Chick-fil-A, her spot, and we went over the business plan and everything. Seemed legit. Like our mission was the same. Like our passion for what we do, it was in alignment. So I told her let's go for it. And it's been a roller coaster ride, but it's definitely been fulfilling in the ways that we hoped it would be, being able to help families and just help the community in different ways. So it's definitely it's a confirmation that we did the right thing.
Absolutely.
That's
So I have a couple of questions. Are you both licensed funeral directors and embalmers?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the difference? Can you break that down for us?
Yeah. So funeral directors are those who meet with the families mostly and make the arrangements for funeral services. They're also the ones that you'll see at funeral services. Whereas the morticians, we are the embalmers. We work in the back of the house, basically. So the funeral directors are more so the representatives of the funeral home.
Yeah.
And your morticians are the ones behind the scene who actually do the decedent care, the embalming and everything, the dressing, hair and makeup, and all the detail work with the decedents.
Okay, so they still use the term mortician. What's the verbiage that's used more often? Is it mortician or embalmer? Is it undertaker? What?
Well, it's
Explain the terminology.
mostly embalmer.
It's a generational thing, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Undertaker.
morticians cover everything.
That's what it say.
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Now look now. I'm like I said, I'm your fellow Memphian. I hear that Undertaker every now and then. I be like, oh, it sounds so gruesome.
Like Lurch. Look, Lurch was an undertaker.
Yes, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
Tell me what is,
But
yes.
an undertaker is one who undertakes the task of caring for the dead. So, it's an old term, but you're undertaking a task.
Okay.
Anybody can be an undertaker, but it's been assigned to funeral services for whatever reason.
Okay.
But I say morticians just to cover one who is dual in their actions. So you're a funeral director and an embalmer. You're a mortician.
Oh, okay. So that's the combined one. Okay.
I didn't know that.
So that ain't Webster, that's Mel saying it.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you have to be licensed to work?
Absolutely. You better be licensed.
You have to
should be.
You should, exactly. You should be.
Oh,
okay.
Right. Just like you should be licensed to drive, but
people do get behind the wheel anyway.
Exactly.
Who's embalming without a license? So I didn't know what to use.
You want names?
Not tonight.
Dang, I told you what happens when I go to Memphis. People be
Is
out
that a
there.
felony?
I know how Memphis is. Don't call no names. I want to know.
Okay.
Is that a felony?
Okay.
If you embalm without a license, is that a felony?
No,
it's not a felony.
It's just probably not even a misdemeanor.
It's a civil. It's more civil than anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a civil offense.
Gotcha. Now,
but see,
what
people
kind of
do
study?
it. People, this is how it happens. You have unlicensed people who like open funeral homes. It's a lot of funeral homes open by people who don't have any license.
Okay.
But what they do is get someone who is. You have to have a license, a funeral director's license to have a funeral home. So a person without a license will open one, and they'll pay someone who is licensed to front for them to put their license on the wall. But if anything happens, their licensed person takes the bullet.
Is responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the bullet.
The whole bullet.
Right.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yeah.
And so what kind of you're talking about what type of studies do you have to acquire before becoming certified? What does that look like though?
Good question.
It's basically a 2-year program. Me and Madeline both went to Northwest Mississippi Community College to receive our associates in applied science in funeral service. So we went for 2 years, and after that you complete a 2-year apprenticeship, and then you after school you take your national board exam, and then you do the apprenticeship, and then after that you apply for your license.
You're good to go.
Okay.
Is that where Phaedra went?
No,
No,
she went to
I don't know
did
if
she
it's
go in Georgia?
she
yeah, I think
went
she
in
went to
Georgia. I
Gupton
Yeah.
believe
too.
mortuary sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mortuary. Okay, I knew it was a 2-year program, but I didn't know about the 2 additional years of apprenticeship. Is that like pretty standard, or is that for that school specifically, or that's or y'all
It's
state?
it's
Yeah,
for the
per
state
state.
requirements, and I think we found out that you could possibly do it while you're in school, but we
Yeah,
found
you
that
don't have
out
to
the
like
hard
do it in
way.
order.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Oh
apprenticeship.
wow,
Right.
Okay. Okay.
good
Yeah.
to know.
And I know we like there's some programs that just opened up recently in the Memphis area, like at Southwest
Yeah.
Southwest.
Local,
Yes.
and then I know most of the people I know in the industry went to, is it Gupton? That's in Nashville.
Yeah.
John A. Gupton.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that one too.
So when you all went though, did you see a lot of other young black women there, or were you all in the minority?
We went at two different times.
Right.
I was there. I went right after high school,
Mm-hmm.
from '04 to '06, and it wasn't not necessarily black women. It was like me and maybe two others, but there were more women. The others were Caucasian.
Yeah.
So it was probably like you had probably like 6 or 7 men, and then like 10 women.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we were starting to see the increase of females in funeral services around
Mhm.
those that time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
Well, like I
right.
said, I've been following you guys on social media. And I see, especially after COVID, you see a lot of more things about death care and just the industry. Of course, with um COVID, there was a lot of, funeral services that were being viewed online
Mhm.
because we couldn't have families in, together in large groups or whatever. So just tell me, like, how has the funeral care industry changed and how is it evolving, especially after the pandemic?
I think after the pandemic, it kind of took, I guess, the secrecy that people kind of say funeral services are. It kind of took it away, and it basically opened it, made it more open and available to just the general public. So after COVID, we definitely saw an influx of people that were interested in funeral service, and we also just have seen how. Families now, they almost expect you to live stream a funeral. Like they think it's the norm now, like that's the
Right.
new norm in funeral service, to have a photographer or a videographer, or like I said, live stream the service. Me personally, I don't really care for live streaming services, but of course, if that was something that my family wanted to do, then I would of course make that happen for them, but I won't bring it up if they won't.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My grandfather, who passed away in 2021. Oh goodness, I can't keep up with the years. But that was one of the first services, that my family had live streamed, because we couldn't have a lot of people there because it was really, COVID was really strong at that point. Um, and then it was just the time of year and people just weren't trying to get out. So it was understandable. And then when my uncle passed last year, like you said, it was kind of like the normal thing. It was just like, we offer this service for you. We're going to live stream it, if this what you want. And that's just, it was almost like part of the package, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and also seeing at my church now, it's almost become, like you said, the norm. Like, people want the service live stream. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah, there's
it's
a
different.
whole it's a whole business now. Like and when we go to the funeral conventions, we see new companies that were created during the pandemic that solicit to funeral homes. There's streaming services of all sorts. Like, so it's definitely part of the business now.
Wow.
But I feel like it's okay for like individuals, family members who are out of town and can't make it, or if you
Yeah.
have like handicapped individuals who can't make
Yeah.
it, they can still kind of see the service. They can kind of
Right.
be involved with it that much at least.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like I said, I told y'all I've been stalking y'all. And not just stalking y'all, but just like other funeral home pages. And it's weird on your social media when you, like, say, my grandfather's service, you can go back and rewatch it all, the whole thing. And then you start getting notifications for other people's services. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't sign up to see Miss
Top fan.
Wait a
Look,
minute.
I didn't sign up to
You
see
get
Miss Gertrude.
notifications
I don't know
for
Miss Gertrude. Why is this on my feed? So yeah, I had to like mute all of those. I had to mute all those notifications. I started getting too many of them. But
Is that allowed? That's not an invasion of privacy.
well, if you subscribe, so say like I subscribe to the funeral homes page that my grandfather, where my grandfather was or my uncle was. So now I'm getting all of the live streams for everybody. So I was like, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. Right. Exactly.
Right. So you just scrolling, looking at food, and then you in a funeral.
No, absolutely not.
You go, Mr. George, he laying there looking all nice.
Sign the virtual book.
There are so many like permissions that I'm asking that probably need to have to happen. Never mind.
Would think, but okay.
I feel like the live streaming is done tastefully. Like there's no close-ups, it's at a reasonable distance most times. So I appreciate that aspect of it. When it first started, my grandma died during the pandemic, but it was like early on. So we could just do a graveside service, which turned out to be pretty beautiful. So shout out to the graveside services. I only saw them on like Power and stuff, like MTV. So, at first I felt slighted, like,
I'm not even gonna say nothing.
My grandma has been in church her whole life. We gonna bury her in church.
Yeah.
But the graveside service was actually very special. I will say that. So do y'all do a lot of those?
We have not a lot of them, but we do from time to time. And with any funeral service, you customize it, to what their family desires for their loved one. We have like a lady who plays the violin, for some families there, and we had a speaker there. We play music, or if someone wants to sing, it's basically a funeral held at the graveside. So the same activities within the church that take place, it's right there at the grave, basically. So they can still do expressions, and like I said, have music and everything, and then your committal and graveside service right there. So the only thing though is that the casket is not open at the cemetery. So
not here. I've seen it online where they
doing it in some states.
I've seen it on
I wish they would.
Yeah.
I think I just be wanting the family to see them as long as they want to, because it's the last time. So let them see them. But the cemeteries be like, y'all finna start a whole circus out here.
When they have those services and you see like the bloopers of the ones where the body falls out the casket, oh my gosh, does that happen? It cannot.
No, they'd be like in Africa. They'd be those African comedy videos.
Yes, I've seen
so ridiculous. Like somebody falling.
I would. Yes, I would go. I'd have an attack.
The comment that Raquel just said, not in Illinois. I have looked at some of those funeral homes, like in Chicago, and baby, they have clear caskets. They have. Oh my goodness,
and they light up.
They have whole banquet areas just for funerals. Like I thought it was like a party. I had never seen anything like it.
You said the casket lit up.
It was like they have
like lights on it, LED lights.
Oh yeah.
No ma'am.
Yes,
no ma'am.
I've seen some things.
Get out.
it wasn't with us, but if they want it,
one.
If they
they're available. Look, they're available.
Okay. So, Miss Dana, how do you remain or keep your heart in your work, especially to both of y'all? Actually, y'all started before the pandemic, and I know the volume of people that were needed your services increased drastically. And I went to a few funerals, and some people would comment to me, "Oh, you can tell they sent her out." And I guess, how do you maintain the quality and compassion and the heart that it takes to do this type of work? Because I do think it's a calling, what y'all are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel that it's a calling as well. And it's evident in your actions. A lot of people do come into the profession and you can tell that it's just business to them, or that they have, ulterior motives. But yeah, for me, I feel that it is a calling, and it's definitely what puts the passion in me, and just wanting to make sure others are okay during their time of bereavement and helping them to cope with it, better by making their loved ones look the best, and look presentable and peaceful. Um, so that's where my mind always is make sure the body looks really good and make sure the family is okay. We take on a lot as funeral directors. The
I can
family come
imagine.
in and they got all this grief going on. They got anger, denial. They looking for somebody to blame. They at each other.
Drama, so many
They
emotions.
Yeah.
arguing. Yeah, it's so you become like a counselor. A
The
referee.
referee.
Yeah, all of
Mhm.
that. So you take all of that on per family. With
Yeah.
not just like with each individual of the family, everybody that sits in front of your desk or in your conference room, you're taking care of them in some
Right.
kind of way. So I feel that it's a call, and you definitely have to be called to do it.
Mhm.
Well, how do you keep it from becoming monotonous then? If you do this day in and day out, how do you make sure that you're not treating it like another number, like next family, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You have to really care, and
Mhm.
that's where your passion comes in. Like, I it's a rewarding career for me, because like I get fulfillment out of satisfying the families. Like, although it is a job and we do a lot of the same things over and over, we run into a lot of fun, interesting people. So it's like meeting all these people and getting to know them, even in small ways, even for a short period of time. It's really always interesting just to meet people from all different walks of life and interact with them on the same level, but it's a different interaction every time because of course we're all different. So just being able to connect with them, like even if they come in with all this going on, it's just a lot on them at the time, but just being able to at least have them relax and give them the comfort and the reassurance to know that they're in good hands and their loved one is in good hands. That's what makes us unique, I feel like, because we are never going to be those individuals that just cannot show compassion to people when they're coming to us. They've sought us out of so many other funeral homes in Memphis. You came and you gave us an opportunity, and I would never take that for granted. So
Right.
yes, you might be getting on my nerves, but you will never know it because I want to make sure that when I get through with you, you'll never forget me.
Right.
Absolutely. And then how
Mhm.
do you not take that home if you are seeing grief every day and it's so emotional and it can be draining because you're a therapist at some sort
Mhm.
to the family and you have to give so much. How do you then break that to make sure you're not absorbing it and take that home with you?
I don't know. It's just kind of like I don't know. For me, it's like you experience it, and like Dana said, it's like once you know that you satisfied them, you've made sure everything was okay.
Hmm.
It's like that's it. It's like
Okay.
success. They're okay. They're gonna be grieving for a while, but they know they can reach out to us. We've established this relationship with them. We continue to talk to them. Most of
Hmm.
our families they add us on Facebook and we run into them in public and stuff, and
Hmm.
they refer others to us, so we know for sure that we've made an impression. We've
Yeah.
Yeah.
established ourselves with them. So I don't know. It's just what I do. It's like breathing.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just
Yeah.
what you do. Yep.
It becomes a learned behavior.
Yeah, Raquel. So,
Dr. Sylvia, were you asking a question? Can y'all hear her?
No.
No, we can't hear you,
Can't hear.
Dr. Sylvie. I think you
Let me ask
disconnected.
another question while she does that. You
Mhm.
all have had to been comfortable being around death from an early time, and so you said you started out as forensic technicians and
mhm.
so forth. So why working with the dead?
Again, I feel like it's a calling. For me, I was 13 and I got up one day for school and it's like my feet hit the floor and it was just on my mind. I want to be a mortician.
Wow.
Yeah, and I never knew anything about it. I met my dad my second year of college. and found out he used to be a trade embalmer.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess it just kind of, my mom was an operating room tech and EMT, so I guess
You had in the
they say
blood.
things
Yeah.
on, you pass it on to your kids. But even just not knowing him all my life, and that was my desire from 13. It's like,
Wow.
okay, but I feel like God just put it in me to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep.
And
What
for
about
you,
you,
Dana?
Dana?
Yeah.
Yes, for me, it was definitely a passion. I was about 16. I was in high school, and no one in my family was in any field related to the death care industry. So, of course, when I told my parents that that's what I wanted to do or pursue in school, they were like confused, and they were like, "Okay, we hear you, but go on to college, get you a regular degree, and then if you want to do it after that, you can do it." So I did it their way, and I still, had that in me that I wanted to pursue this career after getting my bachelor's degree. So I went back to school and to mortuary science school, and
Okay.
it's definitely it was just in me for real, because it was no outside influence in my life at the time.
Wow.
So y'all ever had the moment where the body jumped at you and you got that doesn't happen? I'm just
No.
asking.
It's
Okay.
Better
that's
not.
the longest.
That's an urban myth.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most movement you'll get is like maybe the most I've seen is like an eyelid.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm out.
It's more
Well,
so gravity than anything.
I've
But
seen too many movies. I'm out.
Right.
The body didn't jump. Get me out of here. They're not finished yet.
Oh
No.
no, not finished.
Make noises more than they do move. They
but
don't
people
move.
like keeping that story going, because I had somebody tell me now that they saw a body jump, and I'm like, okay, what did you do? Like, what you do? Because if I see a body jump, I'm gonna find another job. Like,
Right.
seriously.
Right.
Dr.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a few
Sylvia,
days off.
can you hear us? Nope, we
Sylvia?
still can't hear you.
No.
You want me to take you out and bring you back? Let's see.
She looks
Ooh,
sad.
Just
looks
like,
like she here.
I can ask
Oh,
all
thank
about.
you.
I want to hear all about the urban myth.
Go ahead, Dr. Courtney, with the next question about.
Okay, I sure will. So tell me this: what is the funeral services education camp all about?
So the funeral services education camp is a summer initiative that we started for 13 to 18-year-olds who are interested in professions within death care. So not just necessarily working as morticians, but if they desire to work in forensics or as homicide investigators, cemetery work or monument work, organ donation and tissue harvesters, things of that nature. Any profession that works in conjunction with funeral services. We introduce them to those professionals, and we also take them to those places to get hands-on experience for 2 weeks during the summer.
Well, y'all take Leah, because Leah is ready to sign up.
Right.
Well, she might have to volunteer on the other side.
Yeah, you
Right.
can be a chaperone.
Y'all see, I'm be all in. Move out the way.
I'll be a chaperone. Let me come
kids
and
out the way.
Parents like that. We had some parents of the kids that were like that.
Are
They
you
were like,
serious?
I want to go too.
I want to go. And one lady did. Remember one parent
Yes.
actually came with us. She was there like through a few of the field trips that we had.
Oh my goodness.
Dr.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
they
Welcome,
love it.
Dr. Sylvia. 1, 2.
No,
No.
Oh man.
it's your audio. We see you fine. I don't know what happened.
You look very nice. Okay, we're gonna keep this show going.
Oh, thing. We'll come back to her. So, okay, so Dr. Courtney, she let the cat out the bag.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I've become very interested in death care, in the industry. I have family members that work in the industry. I've been friends with people who work in the industry. My grandfather actually worked for T.H. Hayes, a very old Memphis funeral home that is no longer open. But I'm sure you've heard of it. So, I think I don't think I'm ready to just go straight in and be an embalmer. I definitely am interested in being a funeral director. So what's the next thing next steps that I would need to take?
When you say funeral director, you mean like meeting with the families or like started with like working services?
I could do that. I could do both of them.
Well, I think like I just had a conversation about a week ago with a young lady that reached out to us that said something similar, and my advice to her was to try to shadow or at least try to work a service first, and then just try to shadow someone to actually see if that is if it's what you think it is on that side of it, because of course most of us have attended a funeral, but most of us have not worked a funeral. So being on the other side and just experiencing that level of I don't know how to put it, but just experiencing the different things that can go on at a service, and just being attentive and controlling your emotions and things like that, even when you have people dropping like flies around you, like, and screaming to the top of their lungs, like, so it's
a child,
it can be a lot on you.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I've thought about that as well. When it comes to
Be
children,
heart-wrenching.
like I've had,
Right.
family members, maybe teenagers. That's hard enough. I've never really had like a baby.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. And it's funny because even like some of my close friends and relatives where I said, "Oh, I really am interested in this." I've had people that either like, "Are you serious?" And then I've had people that say, "I could see you doing that." And then that, it's almost scary. Like you could, like,
but that's because
I don't
you
know
have
how to take that.
Right. They've
Right.
seen you be
Well,
strong.
I'll take it that way. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that y'all think I'm gruesome or something. What are you trying to say?
They see that you're stronger than most, like, because it does
in
take
certain
that type of
situations.
personality.
Right. And then I have another friend, and she literally was like, "You don't need to do it because you'll probably get a whole funeral away for free. You'll be like, you know what, y'all can have these flowers. I'm gonna throw in a casket, and I'm gonna
But
And LED lights.
you might, but
Not
if
LED
your check
lights.
depends on it,
Yeah.
you might not.
No, I got it. Dealing with
Oh
clergy.
yeah, like Raquel, dealing with clergy.
That's a good one.
Not even clergy, it's the ushers, dealing with the ushers.
How much longer we got? Because let's talk about
Look, because you
I
the
want to
usher
know what kind of
board now.
security y'all got to have in there. So do the people be fighting in the funeral, child?
Oh.
They will. It depends on the circumstance.
Now, how do y'all handle that? Y'all got your own security team. Y'all got a code red, come get them.
Yeah, we have to call security companies, or sometimes the police are there if it's like a gang affiliated or
Lord. Oh no.
it can get real because
they got to be buried too, child. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and everybody want to make it out alive. So.
Everybody want to make it out. Please have the security on standby.
Right.
They shooting at the cemetery.
No, ma'am.
I've seen it.
Shooting at the funeral home.
At the funeral home.
Yeah.
And
I gotta go.
I was being nosy one day. Thought I was finna see a little fight. And then I walked out. I'm like, "Oh, what they doing in there?" And they was in the office. They was in there hollering at each other. And I'm like, "What they doing?" And she was like, "I'll shoot everybody in that funeral home." And so all right. I'm ahead.
But you're not gonna do it today.
And that's the last time I was nosy enough to try to figure out what's going on. And she really had a gun, and she really pulled it out, and everybody scattered, and there was a fight, but that was like that was the most up close I've been. But
okay, Leah, you got a stomach for that? You ready?
Yeah, I'm from Memphis.
We just, we got security. We running. We gone.
Right.
Say, look. Like I did, y'all. Get in the car.
You can have all that.
Right.
It's gonna be me, the family.
I don't have a dog in that fight. Let us go.
Y'all better get in this car right now. Full off.
Leah would have already driven off, calling back. Y'all still in there?
Open the doors.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
and lock them behind you.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
so look,
Sylvia Pope, baby. She trying.
I know. What advice would you give us and our listeners in regards to arrangements in advance, like just general conversations that families should have with one another about death care wishes that they need to come in with?
Where is the insurance policy?
Yeah, make sure you have an insurance, and people don't think they can afford insurance, but we wearing bundles. You get your nails done, you got these subscriptions to Apple Music and Hulu, Spotify, and really, y'all, the premiums aren't that expensive. Now, of course, depending upon a person's health conditions and their age and things like that. But you can afford, you budget everything else. You can put that into a budget to eliminate that stress on your family. I think it's a conversation that families should have. Bring it up at the family reunion or at the barbecue or at the repast, because you've seen what y'all just went through. So try to avoid it from happening again. And a lot of people feel like it's taboo to talk about funeral services or make plans or write out the obituary. But I feel like you should, if it's a certain way you want things to be done when you die, let them know so that they won't be confused.
For sure.
If you have a policy, make sure you know who your beneficiaries are. Make sure they know who they are. If you're married and get divorced and remarry or something like that, make sure you're updating those things on your policy.
Right.
We've seen that happen where somebody was married, they got divorced and remarried. The old wife was the beneficiary. How much you think she paid?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Like, do not call me.
Right. She said, "Bye. It's my new car."
Vacation. Make sure those things are updated. Make sure you have your stuff in order. We do everything else. You plan girl trips and all of this kind of stuff. So plan your funeral because it's coming. Like, as long as God delay his coming, we'll be going. So
I'm gonna tweet that next. All right.
That'll preach.
That was a good one.
But it's so true. And then just as we're getting older, of course, we see more death. And I'm an only child, and I've already told my parents, don't have me. I don't want to plan nothing. Like, y'all go ahead and do all that now. Get everything taken care of. I just want to walk in and be like, whatever she wrote down, whatever she said, we're gonna do that. It's gonna be enough. So
it's stressful, and you're grieving, so you're not thinking right. And it's a lot. I hate to see families. I wish we could just take it all off of them, because they go through so much with planning the funeral. They don't really get to grieve
at that moment.
Not just for an only child, even for those who have siblings. It's less for us to argue and have to feel out. If our parents already write it out, we'll just say, "Here's the package." I don't want to.
They will argue about it for sure. The simplest things, the color scheme, the color of the casket, burial versus cremation. Just, the hair.
I know what Mama wanted. No, I know what Mama wanted. No.
She told me this. She told me this last week. It's like,
they always told you something.
You might be in a better position. You ain't got to argue with nobody.
I know, and that's what my parents always say. Well, baby, you can do whatever you need to do, and I'm like, no, I need to know now. Like, I don't want to be thinking about this stuff.
Yeah,
I don't remember what you did in 1943. Go write it down.
Right.
Yeah, I say when I turn 40, I'm gonna just start doing like a video wheel, so it won't be no misconceptions.
Well,
if I go first, they don't know what to do. I want her to. She know. So it's like, and I update it every like 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
So,
it's a weird thing to think about, but I think about that more now, especially like Jalen's gonna be out of the house. More than likely,
you think you're about to go?
No, but I'm gonna be in the house by myself, and I don't want him to be stressed about anything. So let me go ahead and have everything, at least, just the little stuff,
the basics,
the basic stuff.
Lights.
Yeah. No LED lights.
Who said that? The LED lights.
No LED lights. I will, Leah. I promise you, if I come to your funeral,
and I'm not,
you got LED lights. I'm knocking everything over.
Look, I am not talking about anybody else. And you do what you need to do for your family. But if y'all put me on a T-shirt with some wings,
that's what I will do.
I'm coming back. I am coming back for you. You better not.
Everybody in New Orleans be having a
What
T-shirt.
about clouds instead of wings?
I don't want wings or clouds.
And it's gonna be airbrushed.
Not the stairs either.
No.
And it's gonna be airbrush.
No.
With the hat, with the matching hat.
Wait, have y'all seen the TikTok and the girl said, "This is how I want my funeral," because she want to be in her mink coat. She was like, "I don't care what season it is. Put me in my mink coat. I'm gonna have a list. I'm gonna have a list of all the people I don't like. I want you to read all their names."
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
That's why a video would be so appropriate. Because can't nobody
Right.
lie on you.
Right.
They can't say she loved me. We used to hang out. No.
Well, she
No,
did not
yes.
either.
Right.
Our family has an updated final
Okay.
arrangement. That is great. Once a
Yes.
year. We can
Yeah,
start
that
doing
is.
that.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that even at the family reunion. They have a family meeting and make sure that everyone has insurance and everyone is up to date on their
Definitely
insurance
do
and it
that.
has not lapsed.
Yes, and make sure if you're borrowing money on your policy, some the whole life policies allow you to borrow.
Oh no.
If that's what you want to do, but make sure you got enough left to pay for
Right?
the
Don't take it out.
because they just be
Yeah,
in there.
they using
Like-
it as a savings account. They taking
Yeah.
that
Oh
money
my
out.
goodness, people
Yes.
do that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
thing makes a
wow.
lot of money.
Mhm.
Yes.
Dr. Sylvia did make a comment. She said, make sure that she does not have any granny curls. And when she when she takes her rest.
You
So
have a good wig, honey.
I'll
pull
come
them
in.
out.
Good wig.
We'll make
I'll
sure
come
they're
in
not-
and I'll come and do your hair, girl.
You have a good wig.
They do that. They come in, they do the hair, the nails, the makeup. I mean, you can have your personal artists come in and
Yeah.
take care of that.
Locational policies. That's
Yeah,
another
right there.
good
That's
thing.
a good one. Because
Mhm.
people come in and they like, well, she had a policy, but
I don't know where it's at. Do y'all have a way to find out who she had a policy with?
Right,
We
right.
do not have a way
But
to find out.
communicate. You got to communicate with each other. Like,
Yeah,
let
for
everybody
sure.
know.
It makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
These are
So
some really good
I know-
questions and comments.
I know we're getting close to time. Dr. Sylvia, we can try one more time. Hello. Okay, and no. All right, got it. So look, Mel
I
and
don't know
Dana,
what.
what's next for you guys? Are we gonna start opening up more funeral homes?
Wait a minute. Okay, Dr. Sylvia had one more
change.
comment. Dr. Sylvia says, make sure that she has an uplifting service, not sad and somber. She made it to the other side. And I'm going to sing the upper room.
She needs to make sure she makes a playlist.
Yes, the upper room.
Make a playlist. Yep.
Because we'll play songs that you won't like.
Take
So-
me to the king.
Oh, you should be mad.
I don't
Ooh,
need her to come
That's
back
your
and
world
haunt me and say,
crown.
"Don't sing that song."
Oh, that's my song now.
That's your world crown.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Leah, we're not planning it tonight.
The
We're not
Sing it,
planning it
goddamn.
tonight.
The crowning service.
All right, I'm gone.
Right.
You want that?
We're not planning her thing tonight.
just wear one. Just have one on, but don't do.
I will. I probably will.
Okay.
do one.
Does anybody
Who
in
out of
Memphis,
three friends talk
do
That's
the
gonna go with a
crowning
crown on her
services?
head.
Is anybody in Memphis doing really?
They do it now. I don't know if they march all, elaborate.
You don't know.
Who do that? Well, I don't worry about that, but
Oh, you want to know?
Where they bow?
one just crossed my mind. One just crossed my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, they doing it here.
Let me not offend anybody. Go ahead, Dr. Courtney. Go get
this.
this.
If the family wants it, then
It's beautiful. But
That goes with the LED lights. No.
no LED. No LED.
So
Crown, no light, no LED lights.
tell me what is next
That's
for
a
after. No, Leah. No.
Do I want to change clothes? Yes.
I tried to get Nicole off of here 20 minutes ago. See,
I need my mink coat. That's how I'm.
Leah, we're not changing your clothes in the middle of service.
that's the new thing now to.
Well, she wear
have
one outfit for the
you.
visitation,
Right?
and then another one for the
Yeah,
service.
I mean, I do see that. I've not.
Wait, they change
I've
it.
seen
They
that a
take
couple
the body
times.
and change the clothes on them.
Mhm.
We do after the visitation, and then
we
so
change clothes
it's
pretty
like
often.
a wardrobe change.
Mm-hmm. Especially if
what's
it's like
next?
somebody
No,
who you
no.
Tanisha said she gonna make sure Sylvia. Y'all are so funny.
Okay, I'm gonna get to this question because we're about to wrap up.
Nicole,
What
yeah,
is
Nicole,
next?
she got you.
Got Nicole.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, I saw Joe made a comment earlier. She said we don't do that in Memphis. I don't know.
I can show her a video. I got proof. I got proof.
There's a charge for that.
Right
Okay.
here.
Oh yeah, there's a charge.
It's a charge for everything.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
What's
be quiet.
next? The afterlife mortuary services. What's next?
Expansion.
Yes. In
I
Jesus'
love
name.
Right.
All over Tennessee. We going all over the country.
Well, first we're just gonna get our forever building in Memphis that we know and love, and we can appreciate
the home
and have the
office.
setup that we desire. That's the first goal. Hopefully in the next 12 months we'll have that completed. That's our goal.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Well,
then we do
can't
want
wait
to
see
kind of
it.
expand on the education aspect, the summer camp, grow it even more.
And have an adult camp.
Yeah, and an adult camp as well. Yeah.
I'm coming.
I knew
Y'all let me, baby. In the tri-state area, yes, tri-state. We are
in the tri-state area. That's Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi.
We are claiming it.
Yes.
So how can they stay connected with you? Where can they reach out? Our listeners reach out to get in contact with you, questions, want to know more about what you do. How can they find you?
Well, Mel's phone number is
Our number at Afterlife Mortuary Services is 901-600-3999. Of course, our website, it is alms, ALMS of Memphis.com. On Facebook, we are Afterlife Mortuary Services. Instagram, Afterlife Mortuary, and TikTok, we are the Ladies of Alms.
What y'all got on TikTok? I know y'all not dancing on TikTok.
Turking at the head like
we didn't put that dancing video up. Now I think
we didn't put it up.
Right. I'm not dancing at the funeral home.
With our two left feet. No, we try not to.
I'm trying to get more into TikTok, like posting stuff, but we just get it because most of our colleagues are there as well, and so just to have all bases covered.
All bases covered.
And then, y'all, what we didn't go over, I want y'all to know that ALMS. So I was gonna tell you, I was reading the Bible one day. So the name I came up with at 19. I was 19 years old, and I just held on to it. At 25, I was reading the Bible, and the word stood out to me, ALMS. Mm-hmm. And again, God spoke to me, and he said, this is what it's about. This is what you do. And I looked it up because, like when God speaks, he'll like give you words that you know, but you don't really use them every day or whatever.
Yeah.
So I looked up alms, and it's to give to others or those in need. Mm-hmm. So I know that this is like our starting point, or our what you call it. This is what we do to it gives
foundation.
Yeah, it's a foundation, but it's like the conduit, I think the word is.
Oh, okay.
But to be able to help others like in multiple ways. So it's funeral services, but like with the camp, the educational aspect, just being able to do multiple things.
Provide a service. Yeah.
Yeah, to provide, people with things that they need throughout life. So it's more to it than just funeral services for us. Mm-hmm. It's about giving alms, and so that's when I realized that that's actually our acronym is alms, ALMS, Afterlife Mortuary Services.
Right.
Wow.
So God did it. Like
that's right.
God did. God did.
God did.
Dr. Sylvia says she loves it. Walking in your purpose. Yes, indeed. Yep. Well, we have thoroughly enjoyed you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything that you ladies love for self-care? What do y'all do to unwind?
How do you decompress?
Massages. Macy's.
Yeah.
You say Macy's?
Little retail therapy.
Yeah, I go to daycare at Macy's.
Right.
Yes,
I eat good food.
Oh, foodie. We got some foodie.
Yes.
Wow. Well, you gotta take care of yourself to keep this thing going. Mentally, physically, spiritually, right?
Caring for your loved ones, afterlife. That's our slogan.
Okay. Well, I am so happy that we were able to have you guys on the show tonight, and I definitely would love to meet you in person. I hope that we can connect. It does not have to be at a funeral. We can go get something to eat.
Leah wants to volunteer.
You gotta come.
You gotta work a funeral.
No, when I get this, all this graduation and everything out the way, believe me, I'm gonna have some spare time. So
what you doing Saturday?
Oh, track meet. Look, if I have a track meet, I may just come hang out with y'all. But yes, we are so appreciative of you for coming on the show tonight. Dr. Sylvia says the same. We are so sorry that you, I don't know what happened,
You can
I
use sign
know.
language, Sylvia.
honey.
Right.
Oh,
Oh.
what? Cinema Rinky Dinky Doo? No. But thanks again to all of our friends that tuned in tonight. We had a lot of I think a lot of folks are probably watching the Grizzlies, but you know what? We have a large crowd that tuned in tonight. So I'm so
We
happy
appreciate
that we
y'all.
had a
Thank
great
y'all.
presence. Make sure that you catch us on our podcast on all our streaming stations. We have t-shirts. Don't we have some t-shirts that we are also promoting self-care?
Yes.
And if you're not listening, liking, and subscribing to us, go ahead and do that. Anything else, Dr. Courtney?
That's it. Until next time, we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.